is one of the greatest gamblers who ever lived.
In the world of poker, Slim is an icon.
One of the most famous poker players that there ever was.
And one of the players who first brought Hold'em to Vegas.
Best players in the hometown, they'd come out here. Man, we eat them folks up like a ginger cake.
Slim was legendary for showing no mercy.
What you got? If you need to get down to his knees, do whatever to win, that's Slim.
He's got more gall than anybody I've ever known. Well, Slim will do almost anything to win.
He's a chameleon. He'll be whatever you want him to be. But at the end of the day, you're broke.
Being a great hustler, he's looking for any edge he can get.
Slim would use that edge to his advantage whenever possible.
Nobody could make a game like Slim. He made games where he couldn't lose.
He could do things that, were out of the ordinary.
I delighted in human misery. It was a tonic for my old skinny body.
As a Texas road gambler, he would stare down death numerous times.
If you think it's easy to look down one of them double-barrel shotguns, you're wrong.
And mete out his own justice.
I caused those people some misfortune when I was found hanged.
Amarillo Slim calls a cold blood.
Amarillo Slim, anything to win. The game that's all the rage.
Now we're playing some poker.
Everywhere you look these days.
No guts, no glory.
Everywhere you turn, poker is being played.
Oh, no.
In our homes, on our computers.
He does get the flush.
And all over TV.
We're not here for fun, Roxy.
Celebrities and the average Joe alike fancy themselves rounders.
Think that's funny?
I'm officially out of this one.
In 2005, sales of poker chip sets topped $10 million.
Wow.
Worldwide revenues from online poker sites are expected to top $2.5 billion this year. And at the 2005 World Series of Poker Championship, thousands of players competed for a first-place prize of $7.5 million.
Finally, everyone's seeing what a great game it is. I think poker's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. I mean, it's just amazing how many people have come into poker nowadays.
Gambling today is good because everybody's doing it, and it's exciting.
I'm all in. He's all in.
It's not gambling. Poker is a sport.
It's an 8. It's over. A standing ovation. The house is rocking and rolling.
The sports boom humbly began with a handful of players. One of them was Amarillo Slim.
I hear it from my peers, and they say, look here, honey, this is the man that caused us not to be working right now, and we've got this good income because of this guy right here.
But Slim was much more than a poker player. He was a card-playing, pool-hustling, quick-talking, high-stakes gambler who was as cutthroat as anyone had ever seen.
I'm taking it.
Well, Slim would do almost anything to win. Very calculating. He was a gifted person.
He's definitely got the gift of being a great hustler. Very driven to be successful no matter what it takes.
He was hugely aggressive player. He had an intuition for the game that was uncanny.
What he's good at is wine and dine the sucker. And after that, they become good buddy-buddy. In the meantime, he try to take all his or her money. That's why Slim and I never play much of poker, because I'm not a sucker.
Slim is the Buddha of getting inside your head. He will psych you in a way that you will become paranoid of things that you're not even aware of. He'll tell a couple stories, a couple of his sayings, and 2 hours later he walks out of the place, and the place goes, what happened? Who was that masked man?
The masked man was Thomas Austin Preston, Jr. T.A. Preston grew up on a ranch in a small Texas community. The only child of divorced parents, he moved to Amarillo when he was 11. He started hustling fellow students in high school, and by the time he was 15, he was a bona fide pool shark.
Well, Slim is an excellent pool player. You know, he's probably in the top 1/10 of 1% pool players in the world. I mean, he was world class. And plus, he took all of his country charm and his bull to the pool hall.
His reputation as a phenom was growing, but he knew he needed a catchy nickname. He would take a cue from Rudolph Wanderone. Wanderone was a traveling pool hustler, better known as New York Fats. Later, he changed his name to Minnesota Fats, and soon after gained great notoriety from his televised matches with the legendary Willie Mosconi.
When I started playing in tournaments, well, everyone knew I was from Amarillo, and I had to get out of the bathtub before I pulled the plug, and I was scared to death I'd go down the drain. So Slim was a normal thing, and if there was a New York Fats, then why shouldn't there be an Amarillo Slim?
In a few years, Slim would teach Fats a hustling lesson of his own as their lifelong rivalry began to blossom. But first, he would take a shot at fleecing the U.S. Army.
We did some things that were daring. Everybody was after us. It was illegal to do it.
In 1942, the war hung in the balance for months.
Toward the end of World War II, the U.S. government offered an early graduation to any high school senior that enlisted in the armed forces. Slim jumped at the chance.
I could see ducking about 3 months of school, so I joined the Navy.
An atomic bomb is taken to an isolated area in the Pacific.
On one of his first missions, Slim was involved with the atomic bomb test in the Bikini Atoll. His job was to help move native islanders away from the test site.
I guess we were probably 19 miles from the center of it.
He volunteered for the job because he knew the long 4-day sail back to Hawaii would give him ample opportunity to hustle his fellow sailors.
I didn't sleep for about 3 nights. Wasn't anything to do except play poker.
Slim won so much money from his fellow sailors that he had to make room for all the cash in his duffel bags.
By Honolulu, I threw all my clothes over the side and filled my sea bags full of money.
After serving a few months in the Pacific, Slim's ship was decommissioned to Astoria, Oregon. When he wasn't playing pool or cards on the base, he was making bets in nearby Portland.
This is the 7th and deciding game for the World's Baseball Championship.
His first big wager was on the 1946 World Series between the Boston Red Sox and the St. Louis Cardinals.
There's rumors I made a pretty good-sized bet for a guy that didn't have a job.
In Game 7, Sox shortstop Johnny Pesky hesitated before making a throw to the plate.
And sends the Cards into a 1-run.
That play cost the Sox the series and Slim $30,000.
It was a tough deal for the Sox, but victory was in the cards.
I can see the play. And that one play cost me that.
Slim would shrug the loss off, but he swore he would never bet again unless he had some inside information. He would spend the rest of his life looking for an edge.
I wasn't just looking to fly by the seat of my britches. I don't believe in luck. I believe that you make your own luck in life, whatever your endeavor is.
As World War II was ending in the mid-40s, Slim was discharged from the Navy. He returned home to Amarillo, his pockets lined with hundreds of thousands of dollars he had won from gambling at cards and sports in the Navy. But in a matter of months, the money was all gone.
I blew most of that money on chasing the broads or buying cars. I thought everything was just a bed of roses, and it finally ran out. But it didn't ever seem to bother me any. I was young and I had the ability to go make it again. And I thought that the fastest way for me to get reloaded was go to Europe, because I'd heard some stories over there.
Intrigued by the tales he'd heard of the black market in post-war Germany, Slim joined the Army. Knowing that he was an exceptional pool player, the Army had Slim assigned to the Special Services